Welcome to Ether Ascended. Today's Timeless Pick a Card is all about mystery messages that are meant for you right now. We have 5 piles today. Pile 1, we have this green fluorite tower point. Pile 2, we have this green fluorite octahedron. Pile 3, we have this pyrite. Pile 4, we have citrine tower point. Pile 5, we have this rose quartz rough. Okay. So take a deep breath and exhale. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell if you'd like to be notified of future uploads on the channel. Save this video if you want to watch it later, and share this video with someone you feel may need this message. Take another deep breath and exhale. Timestamps will be in the description box. Pause the video now if you need more time to choose your pile. See you at your pile. Welcome pile 1. If you chose this green fluorite point, this is your reading. This is your mystery message. Okay, so maybe you want clarity on something. Maybe you feel like you can't focus for whatever reason. You have trouble concentrating. Maybe this is something you've always dealt with. But let's see what the case may be for you. What may this mean? We have whale. Okay, so you could have Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio in your chart. There's something about wisdom. You are someone who is very wise, and you have this desire to dive deeper. You are always looking for a deeper meaning in life. Your thoughts are deep. You like deep conversations. And when you do dive deep, and when you do discover something or learn something, or when you're able to uncover mysteries, or when you feel the freedom to do so, you feel a profound sense of peace. And you're also someone who is an extremely peaceful person. But it's like you have this ancient wisdom in you. And when I mean ancient, I don't mean from this earth, not that kind of ancient. I feel there's something beyond this earth, and other lifetimes you have lived beyond this earth, and you carry this wisdom with you, and that is why you're always searching for something more meaningful, deeper, because the depth you find here on earth is not quenching your thirst for more. It's almost like you were used to more, and now you never get enough. That's what I'm feeling here. You never get enough. There's also a sense of emotional health and stability going on with you, or coming into your energy field, if that is something that you've been struggling with. Okay. It's like you, if anyone has this ability, you do, to traverse these different states of difficulty in your life, these things that other people would probably not be able to deal with. You are very well equipped. You have the wisdom. It's almost like you have this experience ingrained in your soul, and it's almost like you expect it, and you roll with the punches is what I'm seeing here. And all these experiences really have enriched you, have enriched your soul, both in past lives as well as in this life. So you are someone who is stable, who is strong, and you have this depth that is really rare in humans, basically. Something about you that is very compassionate, and something about your communication that is very telepathic almost. You communicate with vibration, or you understand this type of communication. You receive it, you can translate energy and communication and energy and frequency. And you emit it as well, so people really feel your frequency very strongly, your energy. And when other people are normally very lost in life, you're like this beacon in people's darkest hour. So you are meant to be the calm, steady one, deeply compassionate. It doesn't mean that you don't go through your things as well, and life doesn't feel heavy. Okay, it does. But you need to take care of yourself on a regular basis so that you don't feel so heavy. You need some time away, some time for self-care. Okay, this is what you need, because you can dive deep in your emotions, and it can get heavy, and you can get melancholic at times as well. Oh yeah, of course. Why Why am I surprised? The starborn. Well, I'm not surprised. The number 3 could be relevant here. You are a starseed, of course. If you haven't yet, go check out my starseed pick a cards here on the channel. I will suggest it at the end of the video. They're at the top in a box. But yeah, you are a starseed, and you have this very special mission on Earth here. You are destined for some kind of big mission here. Your energy is very divine. You're very connected to the divine as well. This is also Empress energy, so you could have Libra or Taurus in your chart. Doesn't have to be, but there's something about you that is very abundant and attracts in a lot of abundance due to, you know, this dharma that you live in and the karmic cycles that you've closed and everything that you have learned and transformed into wisdom and knowledge. You use it in a way that you know how to attract abundance because you know that it has to do with a certain mindset. Yeah, and your energy is at the same time very vibrant, and people really trust you, really trust your energy. They trust you to give them sound advice as well. Okay. You have this star quality to you. You have like a star quality that really attracts people. And it has to do, it is because you're a starseed, but it also has to do with your energy that is very, your frequency is very high frequency. And so you attract a lot of people. You have this star quality, you have this charisma, and it is connected to your frequency. So it's not just like, oh, that person has charisma. No, no, no. This comes from a certain frequency that you carry. So it's almost like you've always carried this sense of a purpose that you have, and you're always aiming for something that is beyond the mundane because you have something in you that you're meant to carry out that is very unique, that is very needed, and not many people carry this energy. But you do. Okay? But you do. It's so interesting how you get unique gifts now. Of course, you may have these very unique gifts for a reason, and it's to attract people toward you so that you can fulfill this mission. And these unique gifts, we have double 5 here, angel number 55, master, no, it's angel number 55, sorry, not master number. You have these unique gifts that you are meant to carry out in this lifetime. And they are here with the number 5 twice to change the world, to change people, to change mindsets, mentalities, and things that are no longer working for people. Maybe these gifts that you have are skills that you have yet to discover, or yet to develop, or yet to explore and expand. Maybe you are aware of them, but you need to do something about, you know, getting a course or something on these things. Or maybe you already know what they are. You have certain quirks, you are very unique, and behind those quirks are talents, behind those quirks are gifts and interests and skills that you have. They're not quirks, they're actually something else, but people who don't know, they just call them quirks. But you have these things for a reason. You are the certain way for a reason. Everything about you is meant to be just the way it is. If you would change something about you on just to please other people, you would already not be fulfilling your role in this world. So let's say, for example, you do something, someone finds it quirky, and it's nothing to be ashamed of, nothing you're really harming anyone with, but they just laugh at it, or they just think it's not according to their standards or whatever. And so let's say you stop doing that. You're losing yourself, and in losing yourself, you're losing your mission. And with that blue there, one of your gifts is communication. Okay? You're meant to carry these gifts through communication. Okay? And you're meant to explore your interests. If there's anything that you're interested in, it is connected to your purpose and your mission in this lifetime. So you're meant to explore whatever this is that you're interested in. Okay, because you have superpowers and you're meant to develop these superpowers. And your superpowers are connected to the things that you're interested in. We have support. Yes, exactly. So if you were ever worried about what other people would think if you use your gifts, know that your life purpose fully supports you, and you're fully supported as you carry out your life purpose. Maybe you recently found out what your life purpose is. Maybe you got a life purpose report based on your tropical astrological natal chart with me. If not, you can get one. You can find my email in the description box for that. Oh, my right ear is ringing. It just like a loss of altitude, almost like it got blocked all of a sudden and it started ringing. So you could be what is the cognizance where you can hear? Not claircognizance, not audio cognizance. It's about sound, you being able to hear. You have the psychic gift of, what is the name of it? Why am I forgetting it? Do you get forgetful at times? I never forget this, but anyway, I really got a little bit dizzy now. Yeah, maybe you feel dizzy at times. And that is you receiving messages. And you can hear in your mind. You can hear these messages. So yeah. That could be one of your unique gifts. Clairaudience. There you go. Not audio sentience. Oh, what was I saying? Clairaudience, yeah. So we have children. So your life purpose could be connected to children, because it does say that. Teaching, maybe healing children or having children, parenting children, taking care of children. Newborns, maybe. Okay. Okay, we have you are not alone. There's such a message here. Maybe you feel very alone in your purpose, but you're not. You may tend to isolate yourself a lot because you do feel like you're all alone, and you do miss some form of connection with your soul tribe and your soul family. But the more you really dive into your life purpose, the more you're going to find people who are just like you or who need you. So don't shy away from these unique things that you have because you're worried about being unsupported or what people will think. The people who need you will make it all worth it. Will make it all worth it. Knight of Emotions. Yes, you're going to get a lot more appreciation for this than you think. You're going to get a lot more support and love for being this way than you think. So don't stop yourself because of some people who may not like what you do, because guess what? There's always going to be someone who doesn't like what you're doing. You could have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio in your chart, definitely. You are an empath and you are a healer is what I'm seeing here. The Chariot, Cancerian energy may be in your chart. The month of July could be significant here for you for some reason. But it's almost like you have all these talents, all these skills that you're meant to carry forward. And you have this ability of multitasking and taking care of a lot of things at the same time, maybe even many people who need your support, and together you will become a force, basically. And you're like this commander of the chariot. You are the person who drives, who leads, who directs the way for a lot of other people who need your guidance, basically. Yes, Ace of Voices, because you have the truth, you know the truth. You're claircognizant as well. Your intuition is on point, as well as your clairaudience. Your crown chakra is very active. You just know things to be true. Your intuition is very finely tuned, and you normally are really good at following your intuition. So if anyone has you doubting your intuition, don't let anyone doubt your intuition, okay? You are guiding people through the truth. And I also heard the truth of their own emotions here. Your emotions also steer you in the right direction. Your emotions, your feelings really show you what the truth is, what your intuition is trying to tell you. We have Queen of Inspiration. So you definitely could also have Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries in your chart. But you are definitely meant to inspire a lot of people. You are someone who is highly creative. You're meant to inspire other people. There's something that you're meant to be doing with your creativity here. You could be connected to ancient Egypt, but you have something very special, and maybe you look a certain way that is very attractive as well. Your energy is very attractive. People feel good in your energy. They feel uplifted. You have this ability to transmute negative into positive energy, and that is your high vibrational frequency that people feel and are attracted to. And you often get a lot of downloads from the higher realm through your crown chakra. Your palm chakras are also very healing. You have this ability to heal with your hands, okay? Just by touching people, you can heal them. And I see this in this card here. It's almost like your touch is electrifying, and because it's so healing and it's so good, it feels so good. And again, here, her hands, like the energy, you channel this healing energy from above. Okay, it's divine energy that you have in your hands. And so that is how you can heal people. And that is another unique gift that you have. So you have clairaudience, claircognizance, and the ability to heal with your hands is very strong here as well. So to raise people's vibration, to uplift the energy in a room. So just by being yourself, okay? So if you were to, let's say, take a career in energy healing, Reiki healing, that you would do really well with that. You would help a lot of people. I just recorded an energy healing guided meditation that is kind of substituting for those people who can't have Zoom one-on-one sessions with me. It's more affordable, so if you want to get one of those, you would probably benefit from that, and using even that technique if you wanted to do energy healing as well. So my email is in the description box for that. Anyway, you have star quality. You're meant to be seen, you're meant to be heard, and you're meant to even heal people with your hands, okay? So there's something about community here, that you're meant to lead a community, and this is big energy, and you're just waking up to this now as well, which is so incredible. It's like you're just being awakened to this. You're being activated right now as we speak. And as I see that, and I say that at 11:22 on the clock, so that may be an important reading for you. You're definitely being activated. Step 1, step 2, start doing it, okay? Pile number 1, that was your reading. It was a pleasure to read for you guys today. Bless you, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell if you'd like to be notified of future uploads on the channel. I have an extra channel with for in-depth zodiac readings. If you're interested, go ahead and check it out. It's in the description box. Extra content is on Patreon, TikTok, YouTube members area. I just uploaded a new video on Patreon. Check it out in the description box. And yeah, that was your reading. It was a pleasure to read for you guys today. Bless you all. Bye. Till next time. Welcome, pile 2, if you chose this green fluorite octahedron. This is your reading. So let's see what your mystery message is. You guys got the Swan. So you could have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio in your chart. There's something about a mirrored reality. You and someone else living mirrored lives. But there's something about an elegance about you as well. There's something very elegant about you. Okay, you are definitely a human walking human mirror to other people. So it could be that many times you feel that you trigger other people, like you say something that they really don't like to hear about themselves, or you get people to change and you're a catalyst for change in people's lives, or you get people to see themselves as they are, you call them out, They may like it, they may appreciate it, those who like honesty, and there may be people who may appreciate it, but they still feel hurt or whatever. But you're an agent of change for the better, and you get people in their feelings, you get people in their emotions. Okay, so you have this very important role in people's lives, okay? Whether you realize it or not, it is important. And you yourself, you have this infinite creative power about you, and it's almost effortless creativity. You're very sensitive and very mystical. You're very connected to the higher realms. You are very in tune. You can read the sensitivities of something and the nuances, so to speak. And so very seldomly you will say something to someone that is, in a way that is rude, or it is not helping them. You always manage to say things in a way that is constructive for that person, in a way that really helps, because you can zone in on these details that most people can't. So you're very detail oriented, and your mind is like this very fine tuned, what do you call it? Like almost something like you go in, you do surgery with your mind on subjects, and you're very quick at doing it as well. So you have like these your mind is like a very finely tuned tool. That will, you're very, what is the name for it? If you had to be a surgeon to go in and operate on a brain, you'd be really good at it. But transporting this to how you process ideas and how precise you are, because of how detail oriented and how sensitive you are to the nuances, it's incredible. You're probably really good with communication. You're good at arts maybe, or you would be. You're very graceful. Your energy is very graceful. You would be a really good writer, as in writing things like author, writing blogs, books, stuff like that. If no other form of art, that would be a form of art that you would be really good at, especially when it came to description or connecting the dots, connecting stories, or coming up with a storyline that is fluid, that makes sense, that is also helping people see themselves and resonate and see themselves in the characters or in the story, or as a way to mirror something back to them. And within this energy, it also is very healing to people, because they get to almost access their subconscious in this way, and so that they can see things for what they are. And when they see what's in their subconscious that's been hidden there all the time, the act of seeing it in itself is very healing. It's almost like you also offer the solution almost immediately. Whether you're talking to someone, whether you've written something and people are reading what you're writing, your energy is just very healing, just by people coming into contact with you, just by you mirroring something back to them that they need to see, that they need to call, that needs to be called to their attention. Okay. It's almost like you're their inner voice speaking to them, but it's coming from outside, because people who don't know how to access their intuition are attracted to you because you're someone who shows them their intuition. This is actually really deep, guys. You guys got Kairos. This reminds me of Greece. So you could have a connection to Greece, or you may want to visit Greece. The number 76 could be relevant to you, as well as the number 13 and the number 4. You are someone who is very aligned, and you make decisions easily, not always quickly, but easily. But you do take your time with the decisions that you make. You don't rush yourself, you don't pressure yourself. You have this ability to slow down time, because you're able to, your mind is so fast that you can slow down time. You may see a lot of synchronicities in your life. When you're out of balance, you feel like you may be fighting against time. When you feel like time is running out, or you don't have enough time in a day or something like that, just calm down your mind, meditate, breathe, and you will calm down your mind again, and you will see that in a relaxed state, you are able to accomplish a lot, because that's when your brain works a lot faster and connects the dots. When you are stressed out, your brain goes into fight or flight mode and can only think about survival in the moment. And so creativity gets blocked and locked out. Creativity in those cases just only comes in to come up with a quick solution that is for survival purposes. Okay? Okay, that's all from this card. Soul Star Chakra. And the number 10 could be relevant to you. Merging with the divine. Yeah, you're definitely very much merged with the divine. You are. And that is why your healing energy, your mirroring energy is so strong and efficient. You have already transcended a lot of this 3D reality, a lot of stuff that people go through. You've already transcended that. You've already transcended the need to please other people. You've already transcended the idea that you're perfect, or you're 100% a good person, and you don't want to see people to see your flaws. You couldn't care less. You understand all people have flaws. That's why you're such a good mirror of them, because you don't care that you have them yourself, and you work on them. You've transcended that need to be even understood or accepted or whatever. You've let go of that energy. You've surrendered to what other people say or feel, or because you are filled with divine light. You have the support from the higher realms, from your higher self, from spirit, from God, from divinity. You're filled with divine light. You've cracked the code. You've been given the key. You know the truth. You are this bridge between the spiritual and the physical realm, and you are here to carry people through their ascension. And that is why it's so important that you first and foremost are able to mirror back their subconscious for them to deal with it. You've done this work yourself, by the way. Yeah. Justice. Yeah, you're here to bring people balance and spiritual justice, really. You're here to bring people spiritual justice and teach people to protect themselves, to protect their energy. Your energy is very protected. You could have Libra in your chart. You could work in the legal system some way, like a lawyer, judge, or just in the legal system, but it doesn't have to be. You're here to bring balance to people's lives. Yes, and to help them let go. Walk away from situations in order to resolve them, rather than getting themselves into more trouble. Like, you would be a good mediator before people having to go through the justice system and to court. There's so much that could be solved without having to do that if people only let go of stuff that is only going to get them to waste more money. So letting go of the ego. Some people get into court cases to prove a point, to feed their ego. And then they end up spending all this money and draining all of their money, because that's the energy of that ego will put you into, is draining your money versus abundance. When you're filled with divine light, you don't care to defend your honor, so to speak, through something that will waste all of your money that you could use for things that are a lot more useful. That's just an example that came to mind. It could be something that you've witnessed or seen or dealt with, or things that you already don't want to deal with. And this is something you can mirror back to people as well. So maybe you definitely would be a good mediator, is what I'm seeing here. Yeah, look at this. Mediator for people who are in karmic relationships, maybe a marriage counselor or couples therapy, something like that. You are someone who is there to help people with conflict in relationships that are karmic. And what are karmic relationships? Are relationships that teach us lessons. Orion, energy, polarity, soul growth. Yeah, your soul has grown. You're still growing, of course, but you're here to help people also transcend their obstacles and grow, have their soul grow. You could have had a past life in Orion where there was this conflict between masculine and feminine energies. There was a war, okay? And you learned a lot from that life. If you haven't yet, go ahead and check your starseed, my starseed pick a cards here on the channel. I wouldn't be surprised if you got Orion, this very card that I have here. But you're here to help people with conflict. And there's another message here. If you're dealing with anything in the justice system, someone will walk away and the conflict will be resolved. Okay? The moon. Yeah, you're definitely a mirror to the subconscious, guys. That's what you are. Your subconscious has been mirrored to you as well. And you really did accept the challenge. Or you're going to, and then you're going to turn into this almost like coach for people to do the same. Something about Cancer season, July, last week of June, first 3 weeks of July could be relevant to you. You could have Cancerian energy in your chart, or Pisces. It's possible that the last week of February and the first 3 weeks of March could also be significant to you. You're closing out a cycle. For some of you, you're actually closing a karmic cycle of a karmic relationship very soon, around the 18th or the 9th. Justice. Yes, justice will be served when it comes to closing out a cycle of a karmic relationship. This may have involved some justice, and you're having a new, stable, long-lasting beginning with the Ace of Pentacles here. Yes, you're having a new, stable, long-lasting beginning, one where you feel more stable, safe, and secure. Yeah, and you're headed toward your healing, your dreams, your hopes, your long-term goals. You're finally going to make them happen. So you can have and hold hope for the future because it's happening. You also bring hope to people. You have a star-like quality to you, and you are a star seed. So you could be connected to pile number one. Maybe you felt attracted to both piles, and it's no coincidence that they're both fluorites, even though different hues of green and different shapes. But these two are connected, so you may want to go listen to pile one if you haven't already. And this energy that you have is important. It's going to help people. It's meant to be there to attract people to you so that you can help them. Something you've learned also in your past is turning you into this person. Now, this closing of a cycle with a karmic relationship could also be opening your path toward your higher level divine counterpart, soulmate, twin flame, whatever you want to call it. It, them, it. Queen of emotions, yes. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. You're very well versed in feeling your emotions, expressing them. You're good with your intuition. You're very good with your intuition, following it, recognizing it, acknowledging it, all those things. Your energy is very nurturing. It's like very mother-like. When people go through things, you help them make sense of it, even look at themselves to solve the problem and not just at the other, because the other normally is a mirror. And you've learned this in your life as well. So you've healed, so you've moved past this cycle in your life. Because now you're fully merged with the divine, you're fully enlightened and filled with divine knowledge, love, and light. And you're not going back to that process. And you're also a guiding light to help other people. You are someone who could give good advice for relationships. So pile 2, that was your reading. It was a pleasure to read for you guys. Subscribe, like, hit the bell if you'd like to be notified of future uploads on the channel. Save this video if you want to watch it later. Share this video with someone you feel may need this message. Extra content is on Patreon, TikTok, YouTube members area. I just uploaded a video on Patreon recently. For my services, you can find my email in the description box. It was a pleasure to read for you guys today. Bless you all and see you sometime soon. Bye till next time. Welcome, pile 3, if you chose this pyrite. This is your reading. So, let's see what your mystery message is. You guys got Nightingale. You could have Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius in your chart. There's something that you're meant to communicate, or you are good singers, or you have a nice voice or a good voice or a healing voice, but you're meant to speak your truth, maybe give speeches or sing or speak. Something about your voice here is important, your communication, okay? You're meant to be heard or read, if that is the case. Yeah, there's some kind of element of your voice is otherworldly. It's not very common. There's something about it that is not from this world. You're meant to speak freely with kindness and love, but assertively. You may be shy when you feel the energy is not right, so you may turn into inward, and you may feel at times in your life where you can't communicate, or you're feeling right now you're going through a phase where you can't speak your truth, and that may be because of fear or ego or just a block in your throat chakra that you may need to heal. If this is what you're experiencing, you can find my email in the description box. I have energy healing meditation that I recorded, and it is similar to what I do in the Zoom one-on-one sessions, but it's a resource you can have at any time with you, and one of the areas that is targeted is the throat chakra, so you may want to look into that. But there's something you're meant to write or to compose or to sing or to speak, to say. And whatever you say or write or sing is going to be very healing. It's going to heal very deep wounds. Or by expressing something, you're going to heal your own wounds. Even if you have to just write it down on paper and not tell anyone right now. There's a need for you to open a bridge between your heart chakra and your throat chakra. There could be a block in your heart chakra as well. There is something you need to say and you're not saying it because there could be a block in your heart and throat chakra. How long has it been since you felt like you could speak your truth? How long has it been? Think about it. Think about all the things you wanted to say but didn't throughout the years. You need to think about it. Music will help you. Certain lyrics and other songs, other music, or just certain music with healing frequencies will help you. There's something you have to say, you're meant to say, or your life purpose could be connected to communication somehow, or singing, or composing. Maybe you recently, or you're going to find out what your life purpose is, or you're meant to research, find out about it. Maybe you did get a life purpose report with me based on your tropical natal astrological chart. Maybe you would benefit from getting one. You can find my email in the description box. But turn your voice up, turn the volume up, just write it down, let it out, say what you need to say, basically is the message here. Okay? You guys got the maiden. Okay, so the number 8 could be significant to you. You could be very young or look younger than your age. Or if you're a feminine energy, you look younger than your age. If you're a masculine energy, then there is someone here to whom you need to say something, who you see as this maiden in your life. Either younger than you or someone who looks really young or takes really good care of herself, very feminine energy. With the number 8 here, there is a sense of long-lasting prosperity between the two of you. If you're the feminine, there is someone who wants to speak to you. And if you're taking good care of yourself, keep going. It shows you are rejuvenating, if you're not already pretty young and vibrant. Feminine energy in this reading is very vibrant. The masculine energy has something to say. Or you could be a feminine energy or a masculine energy and you just need to use your voice somehow. Okay? Either to help other feminine energies who are going through their younger years and need guidance, much as you do or you did, if you're a feminine energy. Or maybe you're even a masculine energy who can guide younger female energies to understand masculine energies, for example. Or you're just a feminine who has the ability to help other feminine energies. Now, this energy is the energy of Venus, abundance. You have this ability to attract in a lot of abundance. You're very magnetic. You could have Taurus or Libra in your chart. There's an innocence about you. You're very enchanting. You're very sensual. You're very full of vitality, creativity. You're very curious. At times you may tend to evade, fantasize, see things through rose-colored glasses, pretend everything's all right when it's not. You may deny certain things that are going on just to protect yourself or to stay innocent or to not have to deal with certain things you don't want to deal with. Beyond the mind. Maybe you spend a lot of time thinking and overthinking. The number 20 could be relevant to you. The number 2 as well. You definitely have a very sharp mind, but you're meant to transcend beyond, because your mind really is at best use when it's a receptor of information from the higher realms through your crown chakra, basically. If you allow your mind to act as a channel to messages from the higher realms, that is when your genius will be put into work. And you have something to communicate that is coming from the higher realms. So if there are any blocks in your throat chakra, your heart chakra, you need to deal with that so these messages can come through crystal clear and be communicated. Right? So you can work as the channel that you are for this information. And there's something also about you thinking more with your heart and less with your brain, if that makes sense, because that will be more in touch with your feelings, and your feelings are more in touch with your intuition. So it's going beyond intellectual limitation right now, because whatever your mind is telling you is a little bit riddled with ego, and that is bringing you fears, and that is stopping your communication from being effective. So you need to quiet the monkey mind. Be present with how you feel and honor your feelings, and stop denying your feelings, denying your intuition, because you're meant to transcend the intellectual mind right now. builder. You're meant to build something. Maybe you are into bodybuilding or the gym, working on muscles, that kind of thing. But you're meant to, you have an ability to build or create things, maybe with your hands even. This could be very literally sculptures, or you enjoy the art of sculpting your own body, or you could be good at being a personal trainer or something like that. It's more like there's a message here that if you're an overthinker, you need to get more in touch with your body and ground. And exercising is something that is very grounding. Doing things with your hands is also something very grounding, like artisan stuff, rather than just using computers and phones. It's getting in touch with nature, with your body, with the 3D again. There's something here that you're both blocked from, the 7D and the 3D. It's like you're in this in between and you're nowhere because you're stuck in your mind. So you're neither here nor there. You're just in your mind. I would say you're stuck in the 4D. You need to transcend above and below this place. We have study. Yeah, you could be someone who loves to learn, who loves to study, loves to read and research, but again, this really just feeds your mind and maybe your ego and your fears even. So just watch what you're reading. Is this polluting your mind? Is it making you more fearful, or is it contributing to your self-confidence? There's a lot about birds and communication in this reading here. Activated earth. You know, guys, what I'm seeing with this activated earth is the earth is going to activate you into your purpose. Reading, researching, you need to sink into your heart space and connect to earth. There's a lot going on around reading and thinking. You need to maybe go to a power place, a spiritual place, or a ley line of sorts. Trust where you're led, because if you want to travel somewhere, that most likely that's where that ley line is, or that spiritual place that you need to get in touch with is. I'm not going to give any suggestions here. I could give a few, but I'm not going to, because it's where you are led. That is very important. 10 of Cups. You're meant for emotional fulfillment, and you're going to have it in your life, whatever that looks like. You're going to have what you consider to be emotional fulfillment. But the more you connect to your heart and your voice, and you speak and you become this channel, stop blocking yourself, the more emotional fulfillment you are inviting into your life. 3 of Wands. Otherwise, you're always going to be stuck waiting. Waiting. But it's you. You need to make the changes. You need to sink into your heart space. Allow your heart to be vulnerable and open, and allow yourself to feel your feelings and let them guide you. You need to close the cycle here of a way of thinking, a rigidity maybe. The number 21 could be relevant. The number 3, you're meant to evolve. You're meant to make progress now, to close a certain cycle and start a new one that is beyond the mind, transcendence of the ego. And in that way, you will close a cycle of challenges and trials and tribulations that are very unnecessary, and they only really happen because your mind is so stuck and entangled within itself and ego and worries. And your mind is your own worst enemy. Get out of your mind, transcend the mind, live beyond your mind, and watch everything fall into place. Okay, that is when you will have conquered the world. Your world, and the way you move through the world and the way the world responds to you will change. Very much so. And also there is a sense of reprogramming your mind. If you think, oh, that's impossible, I will never open my heart, I will never speak my truth, I will forever hold my silence. No, just start affirming differently. I speak my truth. I flow when I speak my truth. People accept or respect my truth. I am open and vulnerable, and I am safe and protected in being open and vulnerable with my heart. I am love, I am loved, I love, I heal, and I am healed. I am a healer. Okay? That is your reading, pile number 3. I hope that was relevant, and I hope this brought you clarity that you seek. Let me know how this resonates for you in the comment section. If it did not, choose another pile. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell if you'd like to be notified of future uploads on the channel. Save this video if you want to watch it later. Share this video with someone you feel may need this message. Extra content is on Patreon, TikTok, YouTube members area. Information for that is in the description box. I just recently uploaded a video on Patreon. Information for that is in the description box. I said that already, so I'm just going around in circles. 2 more piles to go, guys. It's late in the day. Forgive me, and see you sometime soon. Bless you. Bye. Welcome, pile 4. If you chose this citrine tower point, this is your reading. So let's see what your mystery message is. You got the Scorpion. All right. So immediately I'm seeing, first of all, this is fire energy. So Leo, Sagittarius, Aries energy you could have in your chart. You could have Scorpio in your chart as well. But I'm seeing the colors. I'm seeing yellow, I am seeing red and orange. So base chakra, sacral chakra, and solar plexus chakra. Do you feel like you need to get back at someone? Did someone sting you? Do you want to sting someone? I just get that energy, that vibe. I don't always get that from Scorpios. There's so much more to a Scorpio. But for some reason, yeah. This is a side note. Someone may have really took a hit at your base chakras, at your survival sense of stability, of connectedness to your body, of self-worth and confidence here. And it affected your creativity, it affected your libido, it affected your sense of self, it affected your stability, it made you feel fearful. So someone instilled fear in you, one way or another. Or fear has been instilled by way of something very painful that happened to you, either physically, mentally, emotionally, is what I'm seeing here. It stung. And your sense of self-confidence went down, creativity, sensuality. It's like your foundation became very feeble, very weak, very uncertain. You're very, very affected. Your foundation became very affected. But you are a determined person. You're strong, you're determined. You're fierce, you're free, you're wild. So there could be something that has been unresolved that you could be resentful about. It could have involved jealousy. It doesn't have to be. There needs to be honesty and forgiveness in the situation. Someone has to be honest, someone has to apologize, someone has to forgive, someone has to tell someone how they felt about something, because not everyone reads minds. You could have a tendency toward isolation because of this thing that happened to you, because otherwise you're a very passionate and competitive person, creative even. Your career could be very important to you, and you could be very picky with who you choose to be in your friendship circle. You could be very focused on some unresolved event in your past right now. A situation where you felt like you were burned. But it's time to come clean about your feelings right now towards someone. Or maybe someone will come clean about their feelings toward you. So the situation can be healed and you can get back to the brighter side of yourself, the fiery, fun self, the creative, the glowing, the sensual side of yourself. It's almost like you have to be honest with yourself about what this is and communicate it, or someone will, and forgive. Forgiving is going to lighten your load, and it's going to free you, because this sense of a grudge here is holding on to something, whether you're conscious of this or not, is blocking your creativity, is blocking your libido, is blocking your sensuality, is blocking your ability to glow right now. Okay? So if you're not getting the glow up that you want, it may be because of this. It's very energetic. It's blocking you energetically. Yeah. Turning you into stone, where there's so much more there, but it's locked with stone around it. The number 67 could be relevant, as well as the number 13 and the number 4. It's like you've become rigid, almost like in the structure that is for your survival. You came up with this defense mechanism of always preparing for an attack, always preparing to defend yourself, but also rituals that make you feel safe. And no matter how your heart feels or where you could be steered in what direction, you don't move away from these routines, because something really destabilized you to a point where you risked it, and now you won't risk your routines because you're afraid of being stung again. And so you became very rigid. But life is pretty gray because of this. And yes, you feel the spark sometimes, but it's still pretty gray. You want to feel again. It's like I'm seeing someone who wants to feel again, because you are someone who is steadfast, who is loyal, who is committed, who is present, and you expect the same from others, and you don't always get it. And when this happens, you're weighed down and you hold back and you become cold, stone cold. Okay? All right. Home. Yeah, the number 31 is screaming at me, and the need to open your heart, which is closed. I'm seeing that as a closed heart that turned into this triangle. The shape of your heart is meant to be a lot more fluid than this. This is the shape of your heart now. This is the shape that your heart should have. But 31 challenges, trials, and tribulations. That is the 5 of Wands energy in the tarot, meaning challenges, competition, strife, and just like constant having to fight for something that really put you into fight or flight mode here. And again, we have the number 4 yet again. Rigidity. You have your rituals or whatever, you don't deviate from them. And so you're either gray or you're feeling blue. And sometimes you will feel happy, but most of the times you're feeling blue or gray. And your home is where your heart is. And if you're not accessing your heart or not allowing access to your heart, your home is closed and you're not accessing your own home or sense of home. Okay. There's a sense of you having to return to a heart-based presence, or discover it or rediscover it. Maybe discover it for the first time. Depending on how far back your heart was affected in your life. We have author. Okay, so maybe you are an author, or maybe you're meant to write a book and become an author of some sort. You definitely have a book inside of you that wishes to be expressed. And my guess, it's not a guess, is that by expressing this in writing in a book, it will help you heal through this journey and find your center, your heart, your love again. So make time to write this book. Make time to write whatever is you're feeling, anything you're feeling. And that is your book. You may need some energy healing. It's funny because I just recorded an energy healing session for anyone who would like one, who either does not have the time to book a one-on-one session with me or can't afford it, it is more affordable. So if you want information for that energy healing recording, just find my email in the description box and I'll send you the information. Or maybe you are a natural energy healer. You have natural energy healing abilities, and this is an important part of your life purpose. Also, you could do this energy healing through your writing. It could be that whatever you're meant to write is going to heal other people. But again, you're not for everyone. You're going to be for those people who need your type of energy. So it doesn't matter what size your audience is. You're going to reach people who need you, and you're going to feel so fulfilled. So embrace your weirdness. You could feel like you're weird. Not everyone accepts who you are, how you are, your quirks, but that your quirks are connected to your life purpose. Face your true north, your north node, your life purpose. Again, life purpose is important here. You could feel connected to pile number 1. You could have recently gotten a life purpose report from me. A lot of people have here on the channel already. If not, you may benefit from getting one. It is based on your natal astrological tropical chart. No one is for everyone, let's put it that way. Everyone is weird in someone else's eyes. But that's because hopefully people are living in their life purpose. And that means you're not going to please everyone. Because guess what? I found out, at least in my math, there is at least 144 combinations for life purposes. And that takes me to the number 144,000. My life purpose reports, so far we have 144 combinations. But I'm sure we could get to 144,000. So you have unique gifts and a unique life purpose that is one of 144, at least. Because it gets more unique than that, but this is just at least. Okay? So the sooner you face and you live in your life purpose, which takes courage, it takes moving out of your comfort zone most of the time. Some people have supporting planets and aspects in their chart to their north node, but not everyone does. Normally it is very challenging, and it takes courage, and it takes embracing your uniqueness, no matter what people say or think. And no matter who has stung you in the past. People are always going to sting people. They're human, that's what they do. They do it sometimes even unwillingly or unknowingly. Sometimes people don't know any better. Okay? Because they're immature or they have a limited way of viewing the world. You can't expect everyone to be open-minded. The Hanged Muse. Yeah, not everyone is able to gain perspective and see life from a different angle. But you're being called to right now. The number 12 could be relevant, the number 3. See life from a different perspective. Don't just see it from the perspective of having been hurt by one person. A lot of people are going to hurt you. That's what people do in relationships. They hurt each other. Willingly, unwillingly, knowingly, unknowingly, that's not what we're talking about here. But it happens. And just because it happened to you doesn't mean that you cannot move on or you shouldn't move on or... Okay? The Fool. We're meant to go on a new journey in life. You're being called to that. So don't stop yourself because you've turned your heart into stone. No, there's so much that you're meant to live and look forward to. But you may need to heal your energy. The Hierophant. There is a higher calling in your life. There is something new that you're meant to be connected to and committed to. Okay? And it is connected to your higher self. And it is connected to change and a whole new life for you. And it is connected to your wish fulfillment. Living the life of your dreams. So don't stop yourself because your heart at some point in life was turned to stone, because whatever this is, it's going to be bringing you a lot of love as well. Okay? So commit to your new journey and you will have wish fulfillment, basically is what this is saying. You will find your home in your heart. This could have something to do with being an author and writing a book, okay? And it's going to help you see things from a different perspective as well and free yourself on this new journey and feel light as a feather, away from all this pain and this heaviness, this concrete, into lightness. Okay? So that was your reading, pile number 4. It was a pleasure to read for you guys. Subscribe, like, and hit the bell if you'd like to be notified of future uploads on the channel. Save this video if you want to watch it later. Share this video with someone you feel may need this message. Extra content is on Patreon, TikTok, YouTube members area. I just uploaded a new video on Patreon. Information for that is in the description box. It was a pleasure to read for you guys today. Bless you all. See you sometime soon. Bye. Till next time. Welcome, last but not least, pile 5. If you chose this rose quartz rough, this is your reading. So you guys got the elephant. This is your mystery message. A spark has been ignited in you and you're following the spark. Your passion has been ignited. You want to follow your passion. This is very connected to your third eye chakra, your mind's eye, visions and dreams, and your crown chakra, your intuition, 7D, and telepathic communication. You could have Leo, Sagittarius, Aries in your chart somewhere strongly. Doesn't have to be. Just notice one of these teeth is chopped off. Yeah, you've been through a lot. But now, you could be an old soul, or maybe you're just not that young anymore. Doesn't mean you're old, okay? I don't like the word old, but the elephant. Something about you is unstoppable right now. And whatever you're going after, whatever you're passionate about, this is very auspicious. You are someone who is very wise. It's like you're focused, laser focused on something. Something that you see as generous and loving. Or you see this as a way of being generous toward yourself and loving toward yourself, or it's you offering generosity and love. Maybe you have misunderstood something about the situation, about the fate in the situation, but now you're trusting the situation. You can see that there is something very prosperous and abundant about this thing. It's like, aha. The nectar, the number 58 could be relevant to you. It's like something that is so sweet to you, so invigorating, so vital, so motivating, so inspiring. You're so inspired. It's like it gets your creative juices going. Okay, the number 13 could be relevant, the number 4. It could be that you have been stuck in some rigid ways for a while, but now it's like you're coming out of that energy. Because there's just something you so desperately want to experience, because you know that this is something that's going to make you feel so good. It's almost a miracle that may have happened to you later in life, like you weren't expecting it at this point. But it glows and it relaxes you and it makes you glow and it rejuvenates you and it illuminates everything and it makes you see things from a totally different perspective. Despite and in spite of your wisdom. Because whatever this is, it is a part of your evolution. You're meant to follow this to evolve. The number 24 could be relevant. The number 6. 6 is abundance and love. This is about love and abundance. And it's about creation and creating and attracting and magnetizing. And it's in your DNA. It's been programmed eons ago. in your blueprint. Wow. This is about your own growth. This is about overcoming challenges. One challenge being the ego and fear, and just riding the wave of life, expanding out of a problem that's not actually a problem. It's how you will flourish if you allow yourself this change. You will thrive in a new environment as well, and because you're meant to go there, and it won't be as hard as you think it will. Okay, maybe you are a spiritual teacher, maybe you found a spiritual teacher, maybe you can heal with classes, sessions, and seminars, or maybe you have found healing in classes, sessions, and seminars with a spiritual teacher here. Maybe you're attracted to spiritual teachings in general, or specific spiritual teachings. You are someone who is very strong and you've been through a lot. But everything you've experienced in your life has made you strong, has made you courageous, and you have the courage to pull this through if you're worried about that. You've hit rock bottom in life before, but what that did was crack you open so that you could see, so that what you need to heal was illuminated, or what you needed to see was seen and illuminated. If you hadn't hit rock bottom, if you hadn't had this moment and cracked open, the light wouldn't come in to be seen in the shadows of what needs to be healed or let go of or surrendered. But there's something about this thing that you're passionate about that is alchemy, pure alchemy, transcendence, transmuting negative into positive energy. That's what this experience is. This could be connected to a person or a thing or an experience, whatever this is. It's something you fantasize about, you've dreamt of, but you're confused. You don't know how to tackle this. It confuses you, but you also fantasize about this. But you feel like you can't have this, or you can't do anything about this, but you want to. And so you feel like you're missing out on this thing that you don't know what it is, because you won't know what it is until you explore it, until you actually go after it. But you wait. You're waiting and waiting and waiting. You're good at waiting. You're patient. You plant some good seeds. You watch them grow. You're patient enough for that. But you stay stuck in a loop. You keep yourself in low vibration. And that is why there's something here that you really want to follow, but you're meant to evolve, but you can't do things the ways you've always been doing them. With the number 4 here, and 4 again. Angel number 44, you are divinely guided and protected by your archangels. Please don't stop yourself. Don't be too rigid in your ways. You're meant to let go of rigidity and certain ways that you've become accustomed to. It's time to change, to evolve, to transcend. And you know it. You want it. You definitely want it. And it's definitely sweet and invigorating. It's what life is all about. Life is here to be experienced, not to just sleep through it or have your chores and then leave this place. Okay? So that was your reading, pile number 5. Change is needed because you chose the pile number 5. Change is afoot, but just allow yourself the change. Don't keep yourself stuck. Maybe choose another pile because there are messages there for you. You need more messages, I'm feeling, okay? So that was your reading. Like, subscribe, hit the bell if you'd like to be notified of future uploads on the channel. Save this video if you want to watch it later. Share this video with someone you feel may need this message. It was a pleasure to read for you guys today. Extra content is on Patreon, TikTok, YouTube members area. I just uploaded a video on Patreon recently. Yeah, and it was a pleasure to read for you guys. Bless you all. Bye. See you sometime soon. Till next time.